You know that book about the 11-year-old boy who discovers he's a wizard? Ew, no, not that one. This one right here. It's called The Dark is Rising. It's actually part of the Dark is Rising sequence. It's a series by Susan Cooper. I discovered this book in like 4th or 5th grade, and this is possibly single-handedly responsible for my obsession with fantasy novels. It's that very obsession that led me to write my own young adult fantasy novel, Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire, which comes out on August 5th. Anyways, back to The Dark is Rising. This book is about this kid, Will Stanton, who's 11 years old whenever he learns that he's an old one, which is one of a community of immortal wizards. What you come to find out throughout the entire series is this is actually an updated take on Arthurian legend and British folklore, which is all sort of told from the perspective of Merlin. If this is a spoiler, don't worry, this book came out in 1973, so you've had time. I read this book out of order. I picked up this one first, The Dark is Rising, not realizing this was actually the second book in the series. The first book is Oversea Under Stone, which follows a different group of kids who are actually like the adopted nieces and nephews or the actual nieces and nephews. I'm not entirely clear on that, of the Merlin figure. The series might have also possibly been responsible for my love of poetry, as there's this poem, this prophetic poem that laces throughout most of the books and ends up becoming a prophecy foretelling the events of the final book that I still to this day have memorized. It's one of those things that's just like burned into my gray matter. If you're somebody that's looking for a Harry Potter alternative, the first thing you should do is pick up Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire. But the next thing that you should do is realize there's a lot of books out there that can fill that very specific role of young kid realizes they're a witch or wizard. The Dark is Rising sequence is a great one. There's also The Lost Years of Merlin by T.A. Barron, Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin, the Young Wizard series, which starts with So You Want to Be a Wizard by Diane Duane, books by Aidan Thomas and Ladarian Williams, Tracy Deonn, Claribel Ortega, and of course The Marvelers by Danielle Clayton. Of course, other classics where they're not necessarily wizards, but witches, like The Worst Witch. Don't worry, if you think that young kid goes off to a magical school or learns that they're secretly a magical being was a trope that you can only find in that one book, there's a world of fantasy waiting for you out there. Hope this helps. Thank you. Goodbye.